So one of my toxic traits is overcomplicating things or just overstressing about things. And that's why this video is so late. It's actually midnight. Well, almost midnight. And I wanted to release this video from since July 10th. And why July 10th? Because that was when this channel hit 100 subscribers. Like, I did not expect it to hit 100 subscribers so quickly, but it just goes to show you that there's a community of people willing to, be a part of this journey. I know the tech scene hasn't been the brightest, and I gotta say, these past few weeks have been one of the most, for lack of better words, a roller coaster. A roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster of ups and downs, and we move. But in today's video, I just wanted to record something very quick, give a little bit of a life update to what's been happening with me, and also to announce a giveaway at the ending to celebrate that 100 subscribers milestone. I just wanted to thank you guys, whoever you all are, as YouTube doesn't show me every subscriber that subscribes, but just know that I'm super grateful and you guys make me feel a lot less alone. So what have I been doing these past few days? I've been grinding, as you would know, jamming lessons by lessons, exercises by exercises, and to be honest, I'm actually feeling a lot more competent in my abilities, especially when it comes to creating simple applications and little websites. But there are always gonna be the case where I want to start something from scratch, and then I just don't know where to begin. And so I guess that means that I have not quite learned the concept enough. I have to go review it back a little bit more. One of the funny things is that you might think someone quitting their job and quitting their job without a backup plan and then living on savings would be a very straightforward and peaceful transition. The reality is that a lot of times, because you're not earning a regular flow of income, and you're also witnessing the decline and downfall of your savings every day, it puts a toll on your mental to the point where sometimes I wasn't able to concentrate. There were times where I literally just went into a episode of depression. I woke up in the morning and completely let the day go, just because my head was going through all kinds of thoughts and basically catastrophizing. So I was thinking, am I really making the right choice? All my peers are going through their routes and they seem very successful. Why did I just throw away everything? And what made it really worse and put fire to the gas, I guess, is that YouTube has been serving me a lot of these videos about, oh, will AI take over your job, or oh, coding isn't worth it anymore, and you should do this and you should do that. And I went into a spiral of doubting my path, because the roadmap is there, right? But it feels less, as the days go by, less and less worth it to pursue the path, especially of a web developer, right? And so I went into this spiral where I just felt man, what am I doing with my life? But what got me out of it was a Twitter space that I just so happened to stumble upon. And it was about some speakers talking about how to land a job in tech, right? Because I do follow a lot of tech people on Twitter, and so I guess that's how it trickled down into my feed. But I remember going on it and I never hit the microphone button so fast, as in I requested to talk. right? And that never ever happened in my life because I'm a pretty introverted guy. I'm shy, but I felt compelled. I felt compelled to ask a question to them, and so I kind of explained my situation, and I asked, "How long do you guys think it takes to, become a web developer, like, to be hireable or to get hired?" So the inspiration for that question came from a live stream I saw earlier that day about a guy, he's a web developer and he's just opening the floor for people to ask questions. So I asked, how long does it take to be one? And he was like, oh, maybe 1 year, self-taught, or like, no, he said like about 1 to 2 years, right? And I'm like, okay, great. And I said I was doing it self-taught route, right? I wasn't going through a boot camp or like a formal like institution. And he was like, oh, that time frame was supposed to be for those boot camp people. So if you are doing it self-taught, it's going to be a little bit longer. The reason I asked that question was because a lot of these courses, they say, oh, you can finish the course in 3 months or 6 months. And I'm at month 9 and I've only just, hit the back end, right? And it's still not like as strong as I would want. And so I'm like, am I behind? Am I, what's wrong with me? Basically. And I realized the time frame is actually much longer than you expect, right? It's like, it's not the same thing learning it one time and doing a few exercises to actually being able to like speak the language fluently without having to refer to anything. I was like, okay, he says it would take around 2 years. I'm like, okay. Okay, what the hell? Yeah, and so I asked the people on the spaces how long they said, and they gave one of the best answers that I've ever heard of. And that is, there is no time frame. You can spend as much time, right, learning something. But one of the things that makes you stand out is your ability to do things. So instead of just learning it, you're taking what you learned and you're building something with it. And that was groundbreaking because a lot of us get stuck, especially when we're learning something new. Like if we just watch videos all day, we think we know it. But when it's time to actually get on the keyboard and like make something from scratch, you're like, well, I'm not really sure how to do it. And so that really hit me hard because I'm a victim of tutorial hell. And sometimes I willingly know that, but I still stay in there because it's very easy, right? And so that's one of the takeaways from the space that I realized, I'm actually watching too much videos and I need to start doing projects because the projects that you make are gonna be far more telling to your experience than how much hours of videos that you watched on Udemy or how much hours of video that you watch on YouTube, right? Or all the YouTube tutorials. Like if you watch like 40 hours of it and you still don't know how to make anything versus you just, you watch a video once and then after that start making it your own. And if you make a mistake or don't know what to do, then you go back to the video again. But like not to rewatch it 100 times, but like to actually learn it the first time, that is much more powerful. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna be incorporating into my regime. I'm gonna start making projects. I'm gonna start making more projects, and that's how I'll improve. Because right now, currently, I'm not really sure if I can last a year or more. Because my original plan was to learn full stack software engineering in 6 months, right? And I was like, if I quit my job, I'll have more time, and if I have more time, I will be able to dedicate more time to this thing. But not knowing that in actuality it will take a little longer. And if that's the case, then I need to start earning some sort of income on the side, whether that's from coding or something otherwise. So that's my little dilemma here. Which leads me to to an event that I stumbled upon right after the space. So like a lot of things I stumbled upon this couple of days. And the thing I stumbled upon was Build Space. So it seems, how do I describe it? It's like a idea accelerator program thingy where like people come together and during the course of 6 weeks develop an idea from scratch or something that you're working on. But as long as you have an idea, you build it for the next 6 weeks, and then if you make it to the end, then you can showcase it at in San Francisco for a 3 day in real life event, and there's some other prizes and whatnot as well. And so I signed up for that, and I actually didn't sign up on during its application process, but it turns out they were still accepting people through buddy passes for those that got in, and so I managed to get a buddy pass from Twitter again, someone on Twitter, and I got in. It's exciting because it's basically there's a lot of accountability, and like we're going into the second week, and there's like lectures as well, so it's like very accountable. Realistically, I'm behind. I haven't really gotten into the headspace of how I'm gonna do it. The idea I had in mind, and something that is very important to me and I feel like would help me and other people, is I want to develop a mentorship app where like people, right, mentees could be matched with mentors, and through a connection, right, they can either like pay for like a 15-minute session video call with them and stuff like that, and ask about a particular question related to like career wise, or maybe professionals seeking advice for certain things. And I feel like it's gonna be a platform that really breaks the barrier of entry, because I got into medicine without actually thinking or knowing about the lifestyle. There were no doctors in my immediate family. I didn't have much friends that were doctors. And so I feel like if I had a mentor back then, I would have known that maybe this wasn't, like, medicine wasn't the path for me. And so I want to make this application in order to help people gain some perspective, right, beforehand, before they dive into a career that they don't want and, like, technically waste some years of their life. The only problem with that is I have no idea. Like, with my knowledge, my current knowledge, I could probably design like the app screens, right? Like login and stuff. I have no idea how to do like sign in. I don't know how to do like database, and like, the mentors and the mentees have to have their profiles. I have no idea. And so it's gonna be quite a challenge, right? Week 1 is already almost over, and week 2 is starting, where you have to like build a minimum viable product. So we're gonna see about that. I might change my idea depending, but there's a lot of people doing all kinds of things. Like, some are making a song, some are making a YouTube channel, some are making art. So a lot of them I see are making like apps, right? And there's a lot of AI in there as well. So, but yeah, so I'm a part of that. So in general, life's been up and down. Pressures to succeed, and the pressures of time, like not being on your side, finances not being on your side, a lot of things not being on your side. But despite it all, despite those things, despite AI, despite the layoffs, I'm pretty much still totally invested in this journey, because I know this is the life that I want. I want to be able to build stuff. I want to be able to just be a software engineer. Like I just have a passion for it. And so I'm going to continue on my journey, and hope that you join me, and we'll see where it goes. I'm going to try to post a lot more often, maybe some shorter videos, because it takes a lot of time to edit, and I really don't have time. So that's why like my videos aren't too flashy with like cinematics and all of that, because it's, I guess it's just not that needed at the moment. And so what's next for the channel? You'll get updates, and you'll also see what I'm building. So I'm going to start making videos about like the different projects that I'm building, and kind of like explain maybe my thought process, and maybe show the code as well. I think that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, so let's get on to the details of the giveaway. So for my 100 subscriber giveaway, I am gonna be gifting a Udemy course. All right, whichever Udemy course you want that will benefit you in any way, that's gonna be the prize of the giveaway. I feel like it's a pretty good prize for my audience, right? And so in order to get into this giveaway, all you have to do is just like, comment, subscribe, and also wait, that's it. Yeah. So just like, subscribe, and comment something, something cool down in the comments. Just make sure you don't comment 2 times, because I'll know. And then in next week's video, I'm going to be announcing the prize winner, and we'll go from there. So make sure you have a great day. It is almost midnight over here, and I guess I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.